There I was on the side of the road, breathing ridiculously hard after pedaling for what seemed to be hours on end up this never-ending hill. I was riding from my house up to a trailhead and I was exhausted. Sweat was pouring in my eyes. I could just barely keep the pedals moving when out of the corner of my eye, I see what appears to be a biker passing me. The first thought that went through my mind is, right on, holy crap, you're awesome. We're all on different points in our fitness journey, right? And this person was flying. As they moved past me, I noticed immediately that this biker was no ordinary biker. No, not at all. They weren't even sweating or had any sort of sign that they were working hard. They were on an e-bike. The next thought that crossed my mind was, how dare they? I'm over here in pain, sweating to death, earning my uphill so I can do the downhill. Admittedly, I thought I was better than they were. I think I even muttered out loud, "You have to earn it." The fact is, you see e-bikes everywhere, whether you're in the city, on the trails. Heck, it even seems like my email box has a daily advert from one of the big bike companies telling me, you gotta check out our new e-bike. We've electrified a road bike. We've electrified a mountain bike. Heck, we've electrified a baby carriage. Where will this madness stop? I don't know. But being the curious sort of person I am, I thought to myself, you know, one day I gotta give these e-bike things a shot. And that day came soon enough when Pivot Cycles announced that they were having a demo day at a local bike shop near my house, and one of the bikes that was available to demo was their line of e-bikes. Not knowing anything about anything, I signed up for the Pivot Shuttle AM, and if you want to see my full report and deep dive into that bike specifically, make sure you're subscribed. That video's coming soon. When the guy said, you know, I've got this bike ready for you, do you want to give it a shot, the all-mountain version? And I started grilling the guy. Hey, who do you see actually using these bikes? Who are they for? What kind of customers are they? Are they really just for people who don't want to or can't pedal for themselves? And the guy's like, yeah, you know, those are definitely some of our customers, but in fact, I happen to have one of these all-mountain shuttles, and I live down in Phoenix, and I ride South Mountain with it very often. Well, I'm a little familiar with South Mountain, and South Mountain's a hoot. It's a highly technical desert sort of a mountain, and man, there's some rough riding up there. And he said, what I happen to use this for, if I want to go on a really long route that's really hard, I'll take my e-bike. If I want to do practice loops, mini practice loops on South Mountain, for example, I'll take the e-bike. I can get so many runs in the same amount of time that I could just get one run in on my regular bike. It really helps me up my game. We continued talking as he set up my bike, and he said, you know what, in fact, what I want you to do with this bike during your test is to see how hard you can go at it. Find yourself the gnarliest trails and technical stuff that you can find, and go up them. Do stuff that you never thought you'd be able to do before. And I'm like, seriously? This guy totally gave me the green light, instantly opened my mind of what the use case, another use case for these bikes might just be. So I was totally excited. I barely listened to the rest of what he said and how to use all of the buttons. I threw this very, admittedly, heavy bike compared to my regular bike on my truck, and I drove as fast as I could to my house. I needed a snack before. I needed a snack before all of this madness was to begin, but I couldn't wait. I pulled the bike off my truck, threw it in the street, and I began to pedal. I just had to see what all this fuss was about.
Oh my gosh.
And instantly, what happened? I don't know whether, have you ever had one of those moments where something just catches you off guard and you're overcome with joy and excitement? That's exactly what happened to me. I started pedaling and that assist just took over.
Oh, whoa. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh.
I launched myself down that street. I cannot tell you. It was just like, oh, here we go.
It's so fast.
It was so fast. Up and down the street I went, laughing, carrying on hysterically. I think all the neighbors thought I had absolutely lost my mind. At that point, I threw down a sandwich and decided to heck with driving to the trail. I'm gonna pedal my way to the trail. And I took off. I was on the streets, uphill, just having a blast the entire time. Now, this particular bike and a lot of these pedal assist bikes, they're a class 1 bike, which means the means by which that assistance happens, it's a pedal assist, it's not a throttle assist, it's not a motorcycle, you have to pedal. The other part of that is it's limited to 20 miles per hour. Now, as strange as it is, I very quickly hit that 20-mile-an-hour limit while I was going uphill. I don't think that's ever happened to me before, and this is a route I regularly take on my road bike, and I mean, 20 miles an hour uphill, it's amazingly fast. And in fact, it was so much fun. I was trying to race cars, I was trying to race road bikes. I was an absolute madman. I was totally caught up in how darn exciting the whole thing was. I finally got to the trail.
That looks really steep. Let's try it. Sorry. Okay. I don't think I've ever ridden up that. Let's try it. Oh my gosh, this thing goes. Holy crap. Oh, there's a water bar. I'm just gonna run right over the top of it. And a rock. I'm eating this for lunch.
And what the dude said flashed again in my mind. Find the hardest trail you can find and go for it. And that's exactly what I did. But the entire time I was going uphill, A, I was going faster uphill than I've ever gone before. B, I was laughing hysterically. I was passing runners just ha 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 ha. Couldn't have been having a better time. That continued on for hours. Every single thing I could find, I was chasing down hard, steep trails. By the end, ridiculous trails. I mean, like, should we give that a shot? I don't know, it looks impossible. I was going up at those sorts of trails.
That looks crazy. Let's try it. Okay, here we go. Holy crap. Yeah, you could definitely do this on a regular bike. Watch my heart rate. I am pedaling. I'm going right up the side of a mountain. I cannot believe it. This will be too tough. Absolutely. Too tough. You gotta lean forward. This is insane. This is absolutely... Oh, hold on. I don't know if you can see where I just came up. Yeah, you're still working. But that's insane. Wow.
An absolute blast. The guy was 100% right. I could totally see the use case. Yeah, if you're not in great shape, an e-bike is definitely a playing field leveler, right? Let's admit it. Mountain biking, biking in general, to enjoy it, you have to have a certain level of fitness. Otherwise it sucks. You're breathing, you're blowing boogers all over the place. You can barely stand yourself. But that e-bike instantly levels that playing field. And all of a sudden, you can keep up with people who are in pretty good shape. And if you're already in decent shape, it can really elevate you to a whole new level. It can allow you to do lap after lap, perfecting and getting those technical skills in that you couldn't get otherwise, right? As you can tell, it not only excited me then, it still excites me now to think about. I was totally wrong about the e-bike. Again, biking can be really hard, but if you look at it as not a replacement, but potentially a way to augment your rides, to mix things up, it could still be a benefit even to someone who prides themselves, like I do, on staying in some sort of shape, trying to keep those pedals moving on my own power, it still has a use case. It has a use case for, say for example, my wife wants to go with me. She's not a normal avid mountain biker. On an e-bike, she could totally keep up and pass me. It's great for those instances. If you don't have and aren't able to maintain the fitness required to hit the trails that you enjoy doing, an e-bike definitely allows that. I cannot remember a time where I think I was hoarse at the end of that day from laughing and carrying on like I did. I can't say enough how wrong I was. This was not meant to be a deep dive on the Pivot Shuttle AM, which is coming, so make sure you're subscribed for that. This was more meant to be a mind opener for the possibility and acceptance of the e-bike, especially for those who might have a bit of trouble with them, like I did. So at any rate, I hope this was helpful and enjoyable. Grant, El Roo Bike. See you next time. Bye.